Hey everybody. So I wanted to do something a little fun today, and I thought, well, for Throwback Makeup Thursday, I wanted to bring back one of my first and favorite palettes ever was my Smashbox Lighting Theory. Now, this palette I got when I first started doing YouTube back in 2017, and it was one of my first bigger purchases when I started my channel. And I had done like all kinds of research on all the companies, of course, trying to figure out what's excellent quality, what's kind of like, the favorites, and most importantly, what produces a good clean. I was trying to really find clean things back then. Oh, and now. Okay. So anyways, in all of my research, that I had done about the company and their products, this one jumped out at me, and I found it in Sephora at, I think it was like maybe Black Friday shopping. I can't remember. It was on sale for $50. And I was like, oh, $50, I mean, that was like, still is a lot of money. But I didn't really own anything comprehensive like this. And I definitely had zero, as in none, high-end products other than Clinique. I can't remember any others then. May have had a little bit of Estee Lauder. Yeah. So outside of the normal ones, that like the really old tried and true higher end products, I didn't have any of the newer names like MAC or Makeup Forever or Smashbox or any of the newer ones that were on the scene. So I grabbed this. This was my big purchase for myself, for my channel. And it's funny because even when I'm kind of like reviewing some of my older videos, every now and then I'll just kind of scroll down through my list and I see my thumbnail and I'm like, ooh, I love what I had on. What was that? And every time I click into that video, it's the Smashbox palette. So, you know what? I thought I'm going to do a little Retro Thursday, for Throwback Thursday, and bring back my sad but loved Smashbox Lighting Theory palette. So in this, and I mean, I had directions, which are still in here. But so it opens up like this. It's like a book. And if you watch any of my older videos, you'll see it. I kind of go through the whole thing with them, with everything, with all the features in those videos. Okay, so up here we have color correctors, and then these are all of the different highlighters and contours. And then over here are all of the eyeshadows and then the blushes. So, well, one of mine kind of smashed, but you can see that my favorites are panned. They hit pan, and then this one hit pan so badly that the little corners even crumbled. So, oh, I just stuck my fingernail in it. Poor little thing. So anyway, yeah, these two colors were clearly ones that I used all the time as base colors, I would presume. But I know I loved their blushes. Now the color correctors, as you can see, I used a ton of the orange one, which I honestly just am not even sure. I'm not even sure what that was for. I'd have to look back in the... Oh, I think I lost it. I just have the instructions on where to put what. But it came with a whole color corrector sheet. Simple strobing. Oh, it came with all of these instruction sheets. And this one is strobing simplified. Remember that big trend, strobing. Actually, I loved some of that. I loved some of those looks. And then they have an office hours look, which is probably the one that I used up all that stuff with. So they have a nighttime and office hours. It just was cool. It was such a cool little compact everything palette. So anyways, I'm excited to kind of dig back into this. I haven't used this one in years. And I don't know why I stopped. Probably because I had a variety of different other things. But this is truly like one of my favorites. And then I also have one of my favorites from way back, and it is my Raspberry Glace. Now you'll hear me talk about this all the time. I cannot wait to put this back on because it's been a while. I can't even tell you if any of these creams are any good, so this will be interesting. All right, so let's get into my Bare Minerals. All right, so I couldn't find my my canister of the original mineral powder foundation. Oh my goodness. So I grabbed this, and this you cannot get any longer. These were compacts that came in the hard pressed formulation. So these were another one of my favorites, and I know I had purchased like 3 of them when they put them on sale, and I was like, oh my goodness, let me grab them. They must be getting rid of them, and I don't know why, because they're phenomenal. So I'm going to use this, and again, I am the shade. What am I? I am okay. So it's not a shade it's not a shade name. It's a shade number R250, which doesn't matter because I don't think you can get it anywhere anyway. And I'm going to use that light orange because I have a feeling that was to combat purple underneath my eyes. So this is I have to remember how to use this even. You just don't have to do the swirl, swirl, tap, tap. I remember this scent. Let me tell you, their brush, it's like a big, thick, kind of like a kabuki, I guess. I don't know how to describe it, but it looks like that in the center. I love this thing. Love it. It is so super soft, and it just blends everything perfectly. All right, there we go with that one. Love this stuff. I really wish they did not discontinue it. It's even easier to use than the regular Bare Minerals original mineral foundation. You know, it's like the truest, lightest, gives coverage, but such a natural finish. It's just simply beautiful. And I'm really frustrated now that they don't carry that because I'm going to be using this all spring and summer. And it's going to be gone now that I found it again because it was buried. From when I moved, it had gotten packed and I just uncovered it. All right, so let's get going with some of this fun stuff here. So I am going to apply, if it will allow me to, the orange right there for underneath my eyes. And I'll have to look. Ooh, you guys, it is still completely creamy. Oh my gosh, we're talking 6 years later. We'll see how it blends in, but it is still completely creamy to the touch. Okay, so it's not blending as nicely. Yeah. Probably will have to do something over top of it. Well, I'm working it. I'm working it. It's getting there. It's just not, I remember when I used to use it, it was just literally swipe and put it on. But it came right out of the container very nicely. It's just kind of stuck. Maybe I should have put it on under. That could be the problem too. Actually, I got it. I got it. It looks good. Yeah. A little bit of work, but I think it would have been easier if I had done it underneath the foundation. Okay, so now I'm going to grab some brushes and start doing the contouring. I'm going to start with this one. And it looks as though my favorite, from what I can tell, was this one. And I think that... there's so much crap on here. All right, let's just go in with a couple little dabs of this. I don't know. Again, I got to see how this is going to go. Oh, yeah. All right, going on. This brush is a little wider than I would have liked because I don't like a really thick contour. I just like it just underneath my cheekbones. Okay, so we're talking not bad for a cream for 6 years old. It's actually pretty nice. It is actually, I think. Just I'll get my lighting figured out because it's all from the front windows coming in, and then it casts shadows, so I try to put lights on the sides if the lighting isn't really super bright. So, all right, that's on. Let's do a highlighter. Let's do my blush, and then we'll do a highlighter. I'm doing everything kind of backwards. I'm a little discombobulated because I can't remember how to use this thing, and I used to have it like, you know, just like down. Like I'd sit down, boom, boom, whoosh, whoosh, whole face done. Going with this blush brush, and I know Carnation Pink was one of the ones, yeah, right there. This was every time I would look back, I would see that color listed, and the Spectrum. I think what I used to do is I used to put the Spectrum on as a contour almost. Ooh, still extremely. I'm going to just do that right above my contour because I really do think that I used to use this as a contour because I loved the color of it, and it could work dual duty. I'm going to try to, if I can, I'm going to try to snap a picture of back then and now using this palette. That'll be fun. Of course, I'll look a whole lot older, but at least I'm alive. At least I'm here. Okay. I can't tell. Now the Carnation Pink. I think I may have cut down a little too low with that brush. It was so wide. Okay, the cheeks are done. Yeah, I think they're done. I can always go back to it once I put my glasses on. Eyes. I am going to, let's see. I can't use that ultimate favorite color that I had because that's all gone. I'm going to try the ones that I used all the time were this, and this. I'm sorry, this one and this one. I'm going to try those. Peachy kind of color. Oh, okay. I got way too much on the brush for that. So, you know, my point in doing this is try your stuff that you loved that was your favorites because it may not. Oh, I just killed it. It's a little bit delicate. Yeah, that's a lot. All right, let's see. I have enough for 3 eyes on this one brush. We'll just share it. I'm going to share the love over here on this one. Yeah, you may not need to buy anything, you know? It's just using what you have, and if I remember why I loved this so much. It's just so brightening, and it's matte, and just it's just so pretty. If I wanted a nude eye look right now, all I would do is tightline and put on upper lash liner, and that's it. I can't. It's the perfect flesh tone color. It just makes your eyes look bright and alive and popping with no real color. Another fluffy brush. I'm going to go over one step over into that color. Where am I? Right there. And I'm going to just kind of go into a crease, a little bit of a crease, and into the outer corner. I just, you know, I don't understand what happens. Like, where did Smashbox go? I just don't hear that much about them. I still see some of their palettes for sale, I think through Ulta and of course on their own website. But I just feel like they kind of came in with a rush like a, you know, a wrecking ball and then whoosh, gone. And I just haven't heard or seen much of them. But let me tell you, this makes me really want to grab a new palette from them. Actually, I have another one. I do have another one. I'm going to have to pull that one out too and see what that one's. Nice and gentle transition kind of color for starting a crease. All right, and now I'm going to take a shader, this one, shading, angled shading brush, and I'm going to tap into, it's called Almond, and it's right there, and I remember using that one, and I remember loving it. Right there. So they're as I am tapping into them, they are very powdery, which they were not quite this powdery before. Yeah, so I think that's the only difference that I'm seeing now. The pigment is the same, the color tones are the same, they're just a little more powdery. Oop, drop my brush. This is just as pretty as I remember. It has the richness, the warmth, the blendability, everything. It's like I had this yesterday. Well, I mean, I did have it yesterday actually, but it's like I bought it and started using it yesterday. It's so pretty. All right. I know. I really need to find a new word. What? Gorgeous? Awesome? I mean, what? So I'm going to go in with a shading brush and touch into this gold. Ah! I need a bigger desk. Right there. Where? That one. This is a shimmer. So up until now, I've used only mattes. So I'm going to pull across here. I think I might need my finger for these. I don't remember if I used a brush or a finger. I think I'm going to use my finger. Yeah, I'm not getting much with that. So I'm actually, what I want to do real quick is try the next one over. Optica, which is that one right there. I want to try that in my corner, just a tiny bit over here. Just so curious. Okay, so I am just touching in there lightly, and this is just, yeah, it's blending beautifully, and it's just giving me that nice deeper corner that I wanted. Ooh. Why in the world is this not still being produced? The whole palette is just awesome. I mean, come on, look at this. We're talking 6 years old. Air exposure, heat, cold, whatever. It was packed away. And it's as though it was brand new. I'm so happy. I am. I was really rooting for this baby. I'm going back in with my finger now for that beautiful gold because I just wasn't getting any payoff trying to use a shader brush. And I think I remember that from a long time ago because it has literally been probably 4 or 5 years since I've actually used this. I bought it in 2017, so yeah, and I used it for like a whole year, and then I haven't used it since then that I can remember. Oh, yeah. See, it's so soft. It's so finely milled that it has just a really pretty light shimmer. It's not knock your eyes out glitter, which I love, but I also like a more subdued shimmer, and this one delivers exactly that. It's very subdued. Yeah, it's really perfect still. And it's such a perfect palette for like a new makeup user, you know, like especially in your 50s, with products that you know you want to not have settle in certain areas or whatever. All of these items that I'm using, from the Bare Minerals to the Smashbox, they just really do it. They work with aging skin. Now I believe I was 48 when I got this palette, going on 49, and was using it, and loved it then. I love it just as much today at 54. A little bit of mascara. I'll just pop off camera real quick for my brows and mascara, and I'll be right back. Got my brows done. My Sephora thing is really dry. I'm kind of like, what happened? I just bought it. I've used it a few times, and it's been dry since I first bought it. So it's, I don't know if it's a dryer formula. I think I mentioned this before, but I thought I could maybe swirl it around and get it, but it's no. So, okay, I am using this new mascara. Not retro. I didn't have a retro one. And, well, I guess if I use my Clinique High Impact, which is my ultimate favorite. So this one is Lash Treat by Tarte. And this one came in a gift pack thing, or like a set of stuff that I bought. And I'm really liking it. I love the man-eater. And this one is working just as nicely. Okay, Lash Treat. I really like this. It's very, very lengthening and very separating. And the brush is actually a little bit more manageable than the man-eater brush, which is, but this one is a little bit rougher feeling. The man-eater one's a little softer, if you know what I'm saying, using it. But I love what this produces. It looks really beautiful. Okay, now for the Raspberry Glace, which doesn't really match. Oh my gosh, and I'm in a hoodie because, you know, whatever. It's just one of those hoodie days. But this, you know, so I don't really know if this is actually going to match, but I am just dying to throw this back on and show you guys because it's just so pretty. Oh, I can put my glasses on. Hold on. All right, very nice. Oh, see? It does look just as pretty. It really did work just as nicely. I think I may have put a little too much of the contour on. I don't know. I'll see if I can blend that out just a touch more. Yeah, but it just looks... Okay, let me get this on. There she is. That is that Raspberry Glace by Clinique. Wow, that just, see, it's just a perfect berry color. Really perfect berry color. And one thing I've noticed with my lips as I'm aging, trying to age naturally and gracefully with good skincare, I used to have very defined peaks right here. Very defined, and it was kind of fun. I would do like a little, you know, like a little upside down W. But they're lessening. They're kind of like smudging out. I don't know how to describe it. And I did get a popped blood vessel right there, which has just kind of merged or whatever, like it all just is one big thing. There's just a little bit of definition left. So, you know, that kind of is a drag. I emphasize it with my lip products, but it's not the same as it was. So, all right, so here we are. Here's my Retro Thursday makeup. My retro Throwback Makeup Thursday. And I am really happy. Oh, not with the hair. But I'm really thrilled that this palette, it came through. It's still in great condition, which is really exciting. I mean, I paid a lot of money for that. So I am going to keep that on my shelf and tap into that baby. So, yeah, I think I did show you the final you know, the final eyeshadow look on my eyes. Don't know, maybe I didn't with the mascara and everything. I can't remember now. Here we are. And it's just really pretty. So, so pretty. And I love the cheeks. Oh, bang it out. I forgot the highlighter. We're going back into the old Smashbox. So I clearly used every single one of these, a whole bunch. So I think the one I'm going to use right now, let me see. I'm going to use the Luminous Gold right there. Is it catching? Yes, it is. It is catching the light. Mm-hmm. Catching the light over here too. And these are just as soft and creamy. I cannot believe this stuff is not dried up. So I have, all right, anyway, yeah, I'm losing daylight fast, but it's catching the light. I can see it. It's really pretty and soft. It's comparable to any one of the highlighters that I've been using, including my new favorite, the Clinique Cheek Pop one in, I think it's either Celebrate or Champagne or something like that. I don't know, but that thing is a stunner. And so I am really impressed and I am really happy because I was really hoping this was going to be just perfect. And it is. You know, you can tell there's some changes in it, but just like us all, there's some changes as we get a little older, but we're still good. So anyways, okay, this was fun. And I do have that other Smashbox palette that I'm going to grab out of my doldrums of my makeup drawers and see what that thing has for me. It's an eyeshadow palette. All right, thank you so much for joining me and have a great night. Have a great rest of your week. Please don't forget to subscribe and share my channel, and I will see you guys next time.